Hello, I'm Andrew Simino, coming to you from Connecticut, born and raised here. And I think it's very important that we preserve our principles and rights in this state and, that the public is educated on certain subjects. So today I'm here to talk a little bit about the cannabis industry in Connecticut and from an inside view. Being involved in this industry for about 8 years now in Connecticut, I've learned a lot of different things about it. And more importantly, I've learned how sophisticated it is, how professional it is, and how many professionals that you may or may not be aware of are involved. Anywhere from attorneys to marketing teams to real estate, to builders, to designers, to architects, to engineers, to scientists, to doctors, right? Today I have a list of questions that were given to me, and I just like to kind of answer some of them, and hopefully that creates a nice education base for people to understand the program a little better. And more importantly, what a hybrid retail dispensary would look like in Brookfield, Connecticut, and how safe and secure and how good of a corporate citizen it would be. So, one question is cannabis today actually stronger than your mother or father's cannabis? The answer is no, in my opinion, but the THC potency has become greater. And that's for a couple different reasons, not a synthetic reason. It is because the farming in a whole has improved and has become more consistent. It's a lot of different reasons, but let's just say that one of them is going from an outdoor farm to an indoor farm. Now, the outdoor farm, you can't control the weather, you can't control the sun, you can't control pests. There's a lot of different things that are very difficult. Now, indoors, you have a lot of a better ability to control those elements, which gives you a lot better consistency. The staff can act more consistent. And what that gives you is a more consistent product. And with that consistency becomes, higher potency. Now, in terms of actually regulating and making sure that the public is safe by getting these, products at a consumer level, there's caps that the state has put in place. It's in the regulation, and those are there so a user does not use too much of the product at one given time. Now, in addition to that, the staff has to be educated and licensed to be able to distribute the product to a patient or to a adult use customer. In Brookfield's case, you'd have a pharmacist on staff at all times, just like your CVS would have or your Walgreens. So that's a huge benefit. So another question, can anyone, just walk into a hybrid cannabis retail facility, a child per se? The answer is no. You have to be 21 years of age. You have to show your ID twice before you even are able to enter. Now, if you're a medical patient, you can be 18. Now, you'd have to be licensed, and you'd have to have a medical card. Your doctor would actually have to give you a prescription before you even got to our facility, and the facility would know that you are a patient of that facility to be able to buy product at that facility. So if you're medical 18, adult use 21, again, the IDs are checked, the medical cards are checked, everything is in full compliance before you were able to even enter the site or see into the building. The building has, a snow film on the windows that's to safeguard the public. So a child cannot walk by and see inside. And even further than that, no product is out for display. There's no paraphernalia in the windows, nothing of that nature. Another question is, how much revenue would a hybrid cannabis retailer generate for the town? So at a high estimate, $280,000 annually. That's $2.8 million over a decade or 10 years. It's a lot of money. I think that money is necessary because there is cannabis in the community and in the neighboring towns that is being distributed legally or non-legally. And to give the town some money to be able to combat that and to give the police force the ability to spend a little bit of money so they're better prepared for it, to give the public health organizations a little bit of money to help support their organizations, to help against drug abuse and those sort of things. I think it's very important to have that money as a community. I think, that alone, having the facility in the town allows the town to have that resource or that financial support to be able to support those sort of programs. Is cannabis in a regulated licensed facility within CT created synthetically or grown in a lab? The answer is no. Licensed cannabis facilities do not synthetically create cannabis or cannabis products. You are probably referring to THC made from CBD that has been genetically modified from its natural state. You'd find that in maybe a gas station or a smoke shop. That product is not what we are growing, cultivating, manufacturing or selling. Everything within the program in the state of Connecticut, in the regulated program, is grown from a seed in some type of soil or media, under a light, and it's given proper oxygen and proper watering and proper nutrients. Nothing synthetic in nature, and it is going through that same photosynthesis process as a tomato plant in your garden. So that is, there's no synthetic nature to the products we're creating. Is medical cannabis an actual medicine? Some people question that, and it might be difficult to understand. Now, that the recognition for cannabis for medical use stems back 5,000 years to Maya civilization, used for all different things throughout 5,000 years, right? The state acknowledges it. Yale acknowledges it. UConn acknowledges it. Different cancer organizations acknowledge it. I am not going to get into the medical side of it too deeply, but I will say is acknowledged, and I believe is helping many patients throughout the state. And I'll leave that one to the pharmacist. How many jobs will this facility create? 25 jobs is estimated. Competitive paid jobs, benefits, room to move up. They're not just jobs, they're careers. It's very important for our community to create jobs, especially with a lot of retailers going under and a lot of different industries suffering. If we ban cannabis in Brookfield, what is it likely to affect, based on similar communities? So, professional opinion, in most cases throughout the USA, there are greater issues with an independent municipal ban. This is due to the unstoppable access of the products through delivery or stepping over into a next, a neighboring community and purchasing. It is individuals' constitutional right to have access to medicine or a legal substance in their own home. With that being said, studies have shown that the communities which ban the use in their town lose control over the use within the town. The illicit markets become stronger and use naturally increases. However, those communities do not have the resources that a facility would provide to the town to create budgets for those drug use programs or police departments to deal with the illicit market issues. By deciding to take control and allowing the responsible operator and good corporate citizen to distribute and control the substance, the communities have a better grasp on the issues from the products getting into the adolescents' hands or potential abuse of the product, and have support mechanisms financially to combat the illicit market and educate the public. Emphasis on educating adolescents on the harm of use of, while their brains are being developed, as they develop, that's very important to us. I think that's a mission as a company, not just as a person. We make sure that we're educating and looking out for issues and dealing with things as they come up, changing our education base, improving it. And so that's something that I think we're open to working with the community and making sure that they have the right information, sort of like, this video. Would having a licensed dispensary in Brookfield create a higher count of impaired drivers than Brookfield currently has, with a location just over the line in Danbury? my professional opinion, based on the rights of the public, the use is already allowed within Brookfield. It is just a matter of whether Brookfield allows a product to be distributed within the town's limits by the one qualified facility. With this said, most likely patients currently have to drive to pick up their medicine all the way at the far end of Danbury. And adult use customers can go right over the boundary line and pick up. This means these customers technically have to drive further to get their products or to get their medicine today. So there's actually additional traffic, I would say, in theory, than there would be if there was a hybrid retail facility within Brookfield. I think it's safe to say that the consumers already driving through Brookfield that are buying this product in Danbury. So, I want to also add that, consumption is not allowed on site. Consumption is not allowed on private commercial sites in general. Restaurants, retailers, you name it. It's not allowed. It's not allowed on public property. It's not allowed on parks. It's not allowed on playgrounds. So essentially, consuming of the product or inhaling of the product on public land, on private land, is not allowed. So nobody should be, essentially using these products and driving. Being said, there could be people, but I think most people are enjoying these products or they're taking their medicine, in the privacy of their own home. And so with that being said, if Brookfield considers the use in a town, Brookfield will receive finances to support the police and public health professionals as required, and would likely decrease of cases rather than an increase, because now they'll have that financial support, and they'll also have a good partner to advise them and work with the community to educate and hopefully cut down on driving under the influence. And again, I don't know what those numbers are today. Can I have cannabis delivered to my home in Brookfield if Brookfield bans dispensaries? Yes. Basically, the state is not allowed to take that right away from consumers. You can have it delivered anywhere within the state of Connecticut from any dispensary. Will there be a pharmacist on site at all times like my CVS or Walgreens has? Yes. Same type of pharmacist, same education, and then can the dispensary advertise paraphernalia outside the facility or anywhere seen by public? The answer is no. So again, in closing, I just want to say thank you very much. I hope I was helpful. I tried keeping it as short as possible. I am very open to answering more questions. If you have them, feel free to give me a call, or email, or reach out. I hope that we have a lot of you out in support of this. And the next public hearing is April 11th at 7 p.m. at the Brookfield Town Hall, the Planning and Zoning Commission. I hope to see you there. Thank you very much for listening. Take care.